I am Dr. Vikram Hoded, Senior Consultant Intervention Neurologist, Head of Neurology, Narayan Rudalaya Institute of Neuroscience, Bangalore. We have Dr. Anirudh Kulkarni, Consultant Intervention Neurologist with us. So today on the occasion of World Stroke Day, we'll be discussing about a stroke to create awareness among general public. So coming to stroke or brain attack or LAQUA, it is sudden, because of the sudden blood flow to the brain is blocked, there will be damage to the brain, or there will be rupture of blood vessel to the brain causing hemorrhagic stroke. So basically there are two types of stroke. One is ischemic stroke, which is accounts to around 80% of patients, and hemorrhagic stroke accounts to around 15 to 20% of patients. So why we are talking about stroke? Because nowadays it is a treatable condition and it can be prevented also. Many neurological disorders nowadays are treatable. So, but the issue is people are not aware of what are the symptoms of stroke, where they have to reach, and how soon they need to reach. So what are the symptoms of stroke? I request Dr. Anirudh to talk about the symptoms of stroke.
So stroke actually is a disease which presents with explosive onset of symptoms. So many of the patients with stroke usually experience a sudden onset of new neurological symptoms, like they may have weakness of one side of the body, they may have weakness of the face with deviation of face to one side, they can have abnormal sensation over the body on one side of the body, and usually they will have some difficulty in walking. All these things can be easily remembered by the mnemonic Be Fast, where you have a sudden onset of either facial deviation, arm weakness, and a difficulty in talking, that is speech. And these are all time based. So whenever you have a sudden onset of any new neurological symptom, be it headache, be it weakness, or be it sensory symptoms, then there is a possibility that you could be having a stroke.
Yeah, so coming to the treatment of stroke, what can be done? If there is a blockage to the blood flow of the brain, okay, if you reach a stroke ready hospital, so that we'll be discussing soon. So we can give clot buster injection if there is a blockage within 4.5 hours of time onset. And we can also put a tube which is called mechanical thrombectomy from the leg artery inside the brain artery if the large vessel is occluded, and we can remove the clot. So this is one of the strongest evidence in medicine. So the window earlier it was just 6 hours time. Now in some cases with a proper selection of cases we can extend the window up to 24 hours time. For example, recently we had a patient who came from Ballari. He reached in our hospital 12 hours time. We have a software which is called Rapid software, which is an automated software which can identify patients where we can do thrombectomy up to 24 hours time. So we did the thrombectomy and the patient improved significantly. So the 24 hours window, it's a large window, means we can't waste time thinking that we have a larger window, we can go to some other hospital and reach this hospital after 24 hours. So every second we lose around 32,000 neurons. So what happens in a stroke ready hospital? So Dr. Anirudh will be talking about it.
So the most important thing when it comes to treatment of stroke is to actually reach a hospital where most of the advanced treatment of stroke is possible. Earlier, I think the general public is under the impression that stroke is a condition where you don't have much treatment and usually you have to wait for the improvement to come. But with the recent advancements, the things have changed. Stroke is definitely now a treatable condition, but the most important thing in stroke is that the treatment is time based. The earlier you reach to a hospital where the treatments are available readily, the better is the chance that you will be able to escape the dreaded consequences of stroke. And stroke ready hospitals are hospitals where you have facilities for imaging, you have a CT scanner, you have an MRI scanner, and you have opportunities for treatment with either the clot busting injection that Sir talked about, or with mechanical thrombectomy. That's mechanical thrombectomy is basically when you go in and retrieve the clot that has become stuck in one of the arteries. So it is imperative for the general public to be aware of which are the hospitals which are having these treatments available readily with them, so that you don't waste time in going to hospitals where the treatments are not available. You go to the hospital where the treatment is not available, you'll anyway be referred to a hospital where the treatment is available. So that time loss that you lose when you go to one hospital and then are referred is something that can have a lot of impact on the outcome, lot of impact on the recovery process. So it is ideal that you reach a hospital where all the treatments that are necessary are available.
There is second type of stroke which is called hemorrhagic stroke. So usually the patient will have severe headache, vomiting. The common reason for hemorrhagic stroke is hypertension. One of the reason subgroup of hemorrhagic stroke is subarachnoid hemorrhage, where there will be aneurysms, which is balloon-like swelling in one of the blood vessel of the artery. So nowadays we can through intervention neurology or neurointervention, we do aneurysm coiling, which is a minimally invasive procedure, which is one of the option available for such patients. So again, if a patient is having severe headache, vomiting, you should not neglect. That patient also requires detailed evaluation, because we can treat such cases by endovascular treatment. Now coming to prevention of stroke, so we spoke about what are the symptoms of stroke, how to recognize the patient is having stroke. There are two types of stroke, and that you need to reach a stroke ready hospital in time, because every second counts. And there is thrombectomy facility, there are IV clotbuster injections available, and in case of brain aneurysm hemorrhage, we can do coiling, stent assisted coiling, balloon assisted coiling, and unruptured aneurysm, we can use flow diverters also. All these options are available in neurointervention. Now coming to how to prevent stroke. So for that, we need to identify what are the risk factors for stroke. So hypertension, diabetes, smoking, alcohol intake. So these are all the risk factors, and so we need to control the BP, we need to control diabetes, regular exercise, healthy food, and we should stop smoking and consume, we should reduce the alcohol consumption. So with this, we can prevent stroke also. And during health checkup, we usually concentrate on diabetes and the cardiac. I request all of you, just do one carotid Doppler test. It is a simple ultrasound where we know whether there is any blockage in the blood flow to the brain, and it can be treated and we can prevent a larger stroke. Thank you.